The Whisper in the Void. As Darth Sidious tightens his grip on the galaxy, a chilling disturbance in the Force suggests Darth Plagueis' death was not the end. What secret did the Master of Life hide, and why does it now draw Asajj Ventress into a deadly game that could unravel the Emperor's empire? The galaxy knelt before Emperor Palpatine, the Sith Lord known as Darth Sidious, whose machinations had toppled the Jedi and birthed the Galactic Empire. Yet, in the shadows of his triumph, the legacy of his former master, Darth Plagueis, refused to fade. The Moon Sith Lord, known to the galaxy as Higo Damask, had been a visionary, manipulating midichlorians to defy death itself. His murder at Sidious's hands was a cornerstone of Sith tradition, but whispers persisted. How could a being who conquered mortality fall so easily? The answer lay buried in secrets Plagueis had guarded even from his apprentice, secrets now surfacing to haunt the galaxy. Asajj Ventress, once Count Dooku's assassin and a Nightsister of Dathomir, had survived the Clone Wars, her loyalty to the Sith shattered by betrayal. Now a rogue, she sought power to carve her own destiny, free from masters. Her search led her to Korriban, the ancient Sith homeworld, where she explored a forgotten tomb in the Valley of the Dark Lords. The air was thick with the dark side, the stones whispering of ancient betrayals. Deep within, she found an inscription carved in Sith runes. The master who conquered death waits in the void, his will eternal, his power unbroken. The words sent a shiver through her. Was this a clue to Plagueis' survival or a trap for the ambitious? Ventress's Nightsister training made her sensitive to the Force's echoes, and she sensed truth in the inscription. Plagueis had been no ordinary Sith. His experiments, detailed in fragments of forbidden texts, spoke of manipulating life itself, creating it, extending it, perhaps even preserving it beyond death. Some whispered he influenced the Force to birth Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One. If Plagueis had foreseen his betrayal, could he have left a legacy to outlast it? Ventress's ambition burned. Such power could make her untouchable, a force to rival even Sidious.
Her quest took her to Nar Shaddaa, the smuggler's moon, where the galaxy's underbelly thrived. In a seedy cantina, she met Talon, a Twi'lek smuggler with a reputation for dealing in Sith artifacts. Talon claimed to possess a map to a holocron crafted by Plagueis himself, said to contain his greatest secrets. The price was steep. Ventress must infiltrate the spice mines of Kessel and retrieve a crystal guarded by the Order of the Shattered Veil, a cult worshipping Plagueis as a deity. The crystal, Talon hinted, was key to unlocking the holocron's power. Ventress accepted, her instincts honed by years of survival. Yet she felt eyes on her. Sidious's agents, the Inquisitors, were scouring the galaxy for any trace of Plagueis' legacy. The Emperor feared his master's return, or worse, that another might claim his power. As Ventress boarded a stolen shuttle bound for Kessel, she gripped her twin lightsabers, their red blades a testament to her dark path. The mines awaited, a labyrinth of danger and mystery. The chapter closes with Ventress descending into Kessel's depths, the Force whispering warnings of betrayal as she prepared to face the cult and uncover the truth about Plagueis' survival.
The Curse of the Crystal. In the suffocating darkness of Kessel's mines, Asajj Ventress battles a cult of fanatics and a vision of Plagueis' voice promising godlike power. Is this the Sith Lord's spirit reaching from beyond, or a deadly trap to consume her soul? The spice mines of Kessel were a claustrophobic maze, their jagged tunnels lit by the sickly glow of spice veins. Asajj Ventress, guided by Talon's cryptic map, moved with predatory grace, her senses sharpened by the dark side. The air was heavy with its presence, a suffocating weight that stirred memories of her Nightsister rituals. The Order of the Shattered Veil, a cult worshipping Darth Plagueis, guarded the crystal she sought. Their chants echoed through the caverns, a haunting litany of a master eternal who would return to rule the galaxy. Ventress's first encounter with the cult was a blur of violence. Shadow-cloaked assassins emerged from the darkness, their blades infused with dark side energy that burned against her lightsabers. Her twin red blades danced, cutting through their ranks, but the battle took a toll. Visions assaulted her mind. Plagueis' laboratory on Coruscant, a swirling vortex of midi-chlorians, and a voice, cold, calculating, unmistakably Mune, whispering, "You seek my power, but are you worthy?" The visions disoriented her, nearly costing her life, but they also fueled her resolve. The crystal was close, its power a beacon in the Force. Deep within the mines, Ventress found the crystal's chamber, a cavern dominated by a massive shard pulsing with green light. The cult's leader, a Zarbak named Vorn, stood before it, his eyes glowing with fanaticism. He revealed the crystal's nature, a relic of Plagueis' experiments, capable of amplifying one's connection to the midi-chlorians. It was a conduit to the Force, but it carried a curse. Those who touched it saw visions of their own demise, their ambitions driving them to madness.
The duel that followed was brutal. Vorn's mastery of the dark side was formidable, his movements fueled by the crystal's energy. Ventress, driven by her own rage and desperation, countered with the ferocity of a Nightsister scorned. She struck him down, her lightsabers piercing his chest, and seized the crystal. The moment her hands closed around it, the visions intensified. Plagueis' betrayal by Sidious, the rise of the Empire, and a holocron hidden on Malachor, guarded by an ancient force. But one vision haunted her most, a future where she knelt before a reborn Plagueis, her will no longer her own. As Ventress escaped the collapsing mines, the crystal's curse gnawed at her mind, planting doubts. Was she in control, or was Plagueis' will guiding her? Worse, she sensed a new threat, the fifth brother, an Inquisitor dispatched by Sidious to destroy Plagueis' legacy. The chapter ends with Ventress boarding her shuttle, the crystal's glow casting eerie shadows as she set course for Malachor, unaware of the Inquisitor's ship trailing her through hyperspace.
The Temple of Malachor. On the desolate world of Malachor, Asajj Ventress faces a trial to unlock Plagueis' Holocron, a test that could grant her immortality or bind her to a master who never truly died. As Sidious' Inquisitors close in, can she outwit the Sith's greatest secret? Malachor was a graveyard of Sith ambition, its surface scarred by ancient battles and shrouded in ash. The dark side was a living force here, its chaos amplifying Ventress' senses. Guided by the crystal's visions, she located a Sith temple buried beneath a jagged peak, its entrance sealed by runes pulsing with malevolent energy. Deciphering them required all her knowledge of Sith lore, a legacy of her time under Dooku. As she worked, the fifth brother struck, his spinning lightsaber a whirlwind of death. The duel was relentless, Malachor's energy fueling their strikes. Ventress wounded him, forcing his retreat, but glimpsed Sidious' sigil on his armor, a chilling reminder of the Emperor's reach. Inside the temple, Ventress found the Holocron, its obsidian surface etched with symbols that seemed to writhe. Activating it, she was flooded with Plagueis' knowledge, rituals to manipulate life, secrets of Sith alchemy, and a tantalizing promise of immortality. The Holocron's voice, unmistakably Plagueis', claimed to be a fragment of his consciousness, preserved to guide a worthy successor. It demanded a trial. Ventress must sacrifice her independence, swearing loyalty to Plagueis' will. Haunted by her betrayals, by Dooku, the Nightsisters, and her own choices, she hesitated, sensing a trap. The Holocron's voice grew insistent, promising power to rival Sidious, but warning of betrayal. Ventress, shaped by a life of manipulation, questioned its intent. Was Plagueis truly gone, or was this a ploy to possess her? As she wrestled with the choice, the temple shook. The fifth brother had returned, now joined by the seventh sister and other Inquisitors. Their lightsabers illuminated the darkness, their mission clear: destroy the Holocron and anyone who sought its power.
Ventress prepared to fight, her twin lightsabers igniting, but the Holocron's whispers grew louder, urging her to embrace its power. She saw flashes of Plagueis experiments, midichlorians bending to his will, a shadowy figure resembling Anakin Skywalker, and a galaxy under Sith dominion. The visions tempted her, but her Nightsister instinct screamed of danger. The chapter ends with Ventress standing before the Holocron, Malachor's storms raging outside, her fate hanging in the balance as the Inquisitors breached the temple's defenses.
The chains of eternity. As Asajj Ventress embraces the Holocron's trial, she discovers its true purpose, a weapon to enslave her to Plagueis' will. With Sidious's Inquisitors closing in, can she break free, or will she become a vessel for the Sith Lord's return? The temple's walls shuddered as the Inquisitors carved through its defenses, their lightsabers slicing ancient stone. Ventress, driven by desperation, chose to accept the Holocron's trial. She severed her ties to her past, her Nightsister heritage, her loyalty to herself, embracing the dark side fully. The Holocron responded, flooding her with Plagueis' knowledge, techniques to cheat death, bind one's essence to the Force, and manipulate the galaxy's fate. But as power surged through her, she realized the truth. The Holocron was not a gift, but a chain. Plagueis' consciousness sought to possess her, to use her body as a vessel for his return. Ventress's battle became twofold, against the Inquisitors and Plagueis' spectral will. The fifth brother and seventh sister attacked in tandem, their coordination honed by Sidious' training. Ventress's newfound power gave her an edge, her lightsabers a blur of crimson fury. But the Holocron clouded her mind, urging surrender. In a moment of clarity, she used the Kessel crystal, its energy disrupting the Holocron's hold. The temple began to collapse, forcing Ventress to fight her way out, the inert Holocron clutched in her hands. As she escaped, Ventress realized the galaxy was no longer safe. Sidious's reach was vast, and Plagueis' legacy was a curse. She vowed to hide the Holocron, ensuring neither Sith Lord could claim its power. The chapter ends with Ventress fleeing Malachor, the Holocron secured in her ship as she vanished into the unknown regions, haunted by the cost of her ambition and the voices still whispering in her mind.
The eternal game. Asajj Ventress fades into the unknown regions, but Plagueis' legacy refuses to die. When Ezra Bridger uncovers the Holocron, a new battle begins, one that could tip the galaxy's balance. Is this Plagueis' end, or the dawn of his ultimate triumph? In the unknown regions, Ventress buried the Holocron on a forgotten world, swearing to protect its secrets. Years later, Ezra Bridger, a young rebel with a knack for finding trouble, stumbled upon it while scavenging for supplies. Unaware of its nature, he activated it, and Plagueis' voice whispered, tempting him with power to defeat the Empire. Sidious, now Emperor, sensed a disturbance in the Force, his paranoia reignited by the possibility of his master's return. He dispatched Inquisitors to hunt the Holocron, fearing its secrets could undo his empire. Ezra's discovery drew the rebellion's attention, setting the stage for a new conflict. The Holocron's power tempted him, but his connection to the light side, forged by Kanan Jarrus, made him wary. As the Inquisitors closed in, Ezra faced a choice: wield Plagueis' knowledge or destroy it. The saga closes with a question: was Plagueis' death